minutes away from having it happen. And there it is. He has done it.
Just to enjoy and reflect on what a week it's been. But here comes Shakur Stevenson.
When two champions at their absolute peak step into the ring together, that's when boxing reaches its most electrifying level. The intensity becomes undeniable. Just witness what Teofimo Lopez delivered. Lopez claimed the WBO super lightweight crown by defeating Josh Taylor, capturing yet another major title for his growing collection. He followed up by beating Arnold Barbosa Jr. in his first defense, proving his dominance at junior welterweight wasn't a fluke. On the other side, Shakur Stevenson has been operating on another level entirely, dismantling William Zapata with surgical precision and reinforcing why he's considered among boxing's brightest stars.
Decision, the fighting pride of Newark, New Jersey, and still the undefeated WBC lightweight champion of the world.
During Lopez's preparation, Stevenson was grinding in his own camp with Terrence Crawford, overseeing every session, fine-tuning each movement, and ensuring nothing was left to chance in his quest for perfection.
Start the year off right. What the fuck going on? You about to take this shit over. The whole family. You know that.
Stevenson's development continues under Ronald Sims, his seasoned trainer who brings decades of expertise to refine every punch, every defensive movement, and every strategic element.
I mean, so you can point your fingers. I say, that's the bad guy. Well, I'm making good. Well, yeah, get ready. We need to be pushed today. Bring this more, baby.
That dude ain't going to bring away from
Yep, that's right. Yep, that's right. July 12th, demolishment. We're gonna demolish. Guys way too slow, scores too sharp, too fast, too strong.
At the same time, Lopez maintains his relentless work ethic in camp, dedicating himself to building power, perfecting combinations, and developing game plans, while pushing his body to its absolute limits day after day.
Kind of speed. Way more motivated this time, you know what I'm saying? He's got a lot to prove. You know, he's got to defend his Ring Magazine title. You know, he's the best in the division right now, holding the Ring Magazine by beating Josh Taylor. So, you know, we got to go in there and, you know, keep that belt, keep that Ring Magazine. Every time you throw a right hand, you got to pull back, go under. It's about motion.
This is the fight boxing fans have been demanding. Stevenson versus Lopez represents elite-level competition at its finest. Stevenson understands exactly what Lopez brings to the table, the explosive power and championship experience, but he welcomes that challenge head on. He's putting everything into his preparation, working on his lightning reflexes, defensive mastery, ring movement, and knockout power, getting himself completely prepared for what could be the defining moment of both their careers. Even Boots Ennis has issued a stern warning to Lopez about just how lethal Stevenson can be.
I think Teo the truth, bro. I think that me and him came up together. He been the truth. He been winning tournaments after tournaments with me, alongside of me. So I know what I'm dealing with, bro. I know what type of fighter this is. I know I gotta up my level that night because of who I'm in front of.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, how do you see it, right? Because I hear people saying different things, right? Like media pundits and fans. I brought this up to your grandfather on live the other day. Some people say Teo's more athletic than you. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. It's hard to say who's more athletic. How you gonna say, okay, let's say they say he more athletic than me. If he more athletic than me, if we go outside and do any sport, any other sport besides boxing, can he beat me in it?
What you mean, like basketball or race, or running a race?
Any sport, bro. Is he more athletic than me? Because, like, how you gonna be more athletic than me? You can't do nothing better than me at any sport.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I don't know. I wonder. I don't know. I mean, he's an athletic guy. I don't know.
I'm from the trenches, bro. I come from the hood, bro. He comes from where, bro?
He say Brooklyn, but I don't. He be saying he's from Brooklyn, though. I don't know where he's from.
From Florida.
Florida?
He was probably born in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
He's from Florida. But I'm just saying, like, where I come from is like the hood. I go outside and play basketball every day. I go outside and play football every day.
Yeah.
Of my life.
Yeah.
So for him to be like more athletic, okay, cool. If that's what y'all call it, but
Man.
I don't know. We'll see you on fight night.
How do you envision it? I mean, I'm sure you played it out in your mind a bunch of times already.
Me just making a great fighter look average. That's how I see it.
Are you gonna fight like the Zepeda way? Because that was the first time we see you fight like that.
I can't tell you how I'm gonna fight. I fight different styles for different people.
Yeah.
So I may fight this way for this guy. I may fight the other way for another guy. But my main objective is to get the job done.
Yeah.
I don't care about like.
Ennis points out that Stevenson's hand speed isn't just fast, it's a devastating tool that lets him control distance, slip punches effortlessly, and fire back with pinpoint accuracy. Ennis warns Lopez never to overlook Stevenson's boxing IQ, his ability to think 3 moves ahead and read situations as they develop. Everything Stevenson does in there has purpose behind it, showing his championship level preparation and natural fighting instincts. Going up against him requires total focus, smart game planning, and the flexibility to adjust when things don't go as expected, because one wrong move can spell disaster. Ennis makes it clear that Lopez is walking into a serious test against someone who can control the action, shut down game plans, and capitalize on any mistake. This serves as a reality check that at the championship level, natural ability only gets you so far. Mental preparation, tactical execution, and adaptability separate the great from the legendary, and Stevenson has mastered every single aspect.
Pick him apart. Pick him apart. And I gotta tell everybody that Whichcomb is real athletic too. Teofimo. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. You know what I mean? People think, a lot of people say it's gonna be easy and all. Nah. Teofimo can punch and he can box. And like I said, he's real athletic. So, you know what I mean? That'll make it a little difficult right there. You know what I mean?
I see a lot of people going back and forth with it. Some people think Teo got the advantage because of the weight and that he's athletic and explosive. Some people say Shakur is the better boxer.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. How you see that fight ending?
Well, they saying, they've got the weight and all that. I see Shakur box big guys, light heavyweights and all that stuff. It's like moves, they box heavyweights and put the heavyweights down. You know what I mean? I think that's the right move for him. You know what I mean? Get up, and I think he can really do good at that weight.
This isn't a stoppage.
I'm looking at a decision, not a stoppage. But then all according how Teo come in. Teo come at him, he's gonna run some shots. It might be over. You know what I mean?
Now, you always tell me it's the shot that you don't see coming.
That's it.
That power is speed.
Right.
So, could it be a situation where people underestimate Shakur's punching power?
Yeah. I think Shakur can punch. You know what I mean? I think he can punch. It's just like I said, speed is power. You know, not them guys, muscle bound guys come in and you talking about, oh, he can punch and all that. Like I just got finished saying, like you just got finished saying, matter of fact, the punch that you don't see knocks him out. And they always say, man, I didn't see that punch coming. That's the one you worry about. I mean, then you got to look at this. Shakur, he got speed. He a technician, man. He know what he's doing, man.
Roy Jones Jr. breaks down the difference between fighters from his generation and today's athletes, emphasizing how respect, professionalism, and character defined boxing back then. Jones explains that fighting wasn't only about talent, athleticism, or championship belts. It represented a complete examination of your character, self-control, and principles. Boxers were held to higher standards, expected to conduct themselves with class, treat opponents with respect, honor their trainers and the sport's traditions, while never backing down from anyone or anything. Jones describes how old-school champions balanced humility and confidence, making their reputation outside the ring just as important as their performance inside it. They knew that real championship status required both treating others right and never allowing anyone to disrespect them. Today's boxing landscape often prioritizes entertainment, social media buzz, and promotional tactics, sometimes losing sight of these fundamental values. Jones maintains that regardless of how the sport evolves, core principles like integrity, personal responsibility, and staying true to your convictions never go out of style. In the end, he argues that a fighter's true legacy gets measured not just by wins and losses, but by the respect they earned and the example they set throughout their career.
To announce the fight, I don't understand the press conference. Shakur Stevenson looked confused about the press conference. Teofimo Lopez is known for saying outlandish things, but I've noticed over the last couple years, he's making less and less sense when he speaks. Like, the types of things that he's saying at the press conference are just unnecessary. The things that he's saying and the way he's saying it, I don't know if it's nervous energy. I don't know if he's just trying to get a rise out of these cameras and people online so they can talk about him. I really don't know what it is, but I don't understand why guys do things like that. What does that have to do with the fight? What does that have to do with boxing? The only thing you might accomplish out of that is making Shakur Stevenson mad, and he try to make you pay for that come fight night on January 31st. I don't get that kind of stuff. See, we'll look at stuff like that and we'll laugh at it in the sport of boxing, and we won't say that that's affecting boxing or hurting boxing. We'll just say that's just the way fighters are. But we'll get mad at a Jake Paul and we'll say that he's ruining boxing because you don't like Jake Paul or the things that he says or the fact that he's making money in a space that he didn't grow up in. To me, these are the kind of things. Press conferences like that, when you got Teofimo Lopez saying some of the things that he said, that's the kind of stuff that give boxing and fighters a black eye. That's why when we walk in a room and people know that you fought for a living or you currently fight for a living, they expect a certain type of thing. They look at you a certain type of way, and you almost gotta prove that you're not that to be able to get some respect when you're speaking to people, because they don't expect us to be people who are sensible, people that can articulate their words, people that can be sensible about how they go about their everyday life. So I personally, listen, everybody goes about this fight thing, this competition thing different. I'm not saying nobody has to be like me, got to be like you or anybody else. Be yourself. But that kind of stuff, to me, I don't really see a place for it in the sport of boxing. It don't make sense. It got everybody scratching their head, and your opponent who came there to talk to you about this fight, he wants to hear what you got to say about what you gonna do to him and vice versa. But you got an opponent in Shakur Stevenson who's confused now. He literally was looking around like the look that Shakur Stevenson had on his face was, I did not come here for this. And I think he even said, I really don't know what to say about it. That don't make for a good press conference to me.
Yeah, I know. But see, this is what I try to tell you about. I know y'all don't hear me a lot of time when I say it. There's old school and there's new school. Old school has something like that been said, they would not have allowed us to be able to come face to face. Because you don't say it to me and think I ain't gonna try to tear your head off as soon as I get close to you.
Well, you're not gonna wait till a fight night. You're gonna get it in that day.
Because some things are too. Because sometimes you go a little bit beyond respect. That's disrespectful. If you disrespect me on any level, we fighting then. Now I'm gonna try to hold it together but if you disrespect me, which is what he just did, I'm not gonna ask him about what he's talking about. When I get close enough, I'm finna show him what I ain't talking about. You understand where I'm coming from? So there's a difference. That's why I say you gotta know the difference from the old school and the new school. Had he said that in my day, they could not. I would tell them, listen, whatever y'all do, don't let me get close to him.
Chris Algieri stresses how crucial it is when top fighters step up to face each other, especially when everything is on the line. In his view, boxing isn't about playing it safe, protecting your zero, or cherry-picking opponents. It's about discovering your limits, expanding your capabilities, and proving your worth against the absolute best available. When you face elite competition, every part of your game gets elevated, from technical skills and fight IQ to mental strength, composure, and physical preparation. These career-defining battles separate contenders from champions, revealing who truly belongs at the top level. Staying in your comfort zone might keep your record clean for a while, but it won't build the credibility, admiration, or historical significance that defines legendary careers. Real champions are remembered for their bravery, their ability to bounce back, and their willingness to face anyone and everyone, learning and growing with each experience, regardless of the outcome. Algieri believes boxing's essence lives in these moments where heart, skill, and strategy get tested against world-class opposition, creating the memorable nights that shape legacies and inspire future generations.
Each other. Let's have guys take the risk, and let's be okay with fighters having losses. How about that? Guys can have losses and still be at the top of the game. Why not? So this is a really important fight, I think, for the health of the sport. You have gone on record several times saying it's not going to be the best fight or, burning, raging fight, whatever. I think it's going to be an awesome fight because of the level. And it's one of those fights you're just like on the edge of your seat because it's so tight. Are they going to throw a million punches? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I think the level is going to be so high, it's going to overshadow that they're not that busy.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think it's going to be. I mean, you don't have to. You follow the sport, it's not going to be like some type of shootout. But it's very important. I did say that numerous times. This is a very important fight. The Shakur wins. I think he belongs in the top 5 to 7 in pound for pound.
Shane Mosley emphasized. Shane Mosley breaks it down simply, saying that when fight night arrives, everything comes down to what each boxer actually brings to the table once that first bell rings. Mosley emphasizes that elements like punching power, foot speed, ring patience, and the ability to make adjustments matter infinitely more than any trash talk or promotional buildup. A fighter's capacity to study their opponent, switch tactics when necessary, and take advantage of opportunities often decides who walks away victorious, not social media followers or promotional push. Mosley's viewpoint serves as a reminder that boxing isn't decided by who talks the loudest or has the most impressive highlight reel. It's a chess match where quick thinking can completely shift momentum in an instant. Smart preparation, mental toughness, and staying composed under fire prove just as valuable as physical gifts, and sleeping on any opponent's capabilities while buying into your own publicity can lead to devastating results. Simply put, Mosley believes boxing excellence gets demonstrated through performance and intelligence when the lights are brightest, not through predictions or expectations from the outside world. A fighter's true worth gets revealed in those crucial moments when everything counts.
I don't know if Shakur Stevenson is going to get slower moving up in weight or not, where Teofimo can hit him. Maybe he was really fast at 130, 26-30, maybe 35, but 40, you put on a little bit more weight. Shakur Stevenson has a very strong style where he can sit back and pot shot you and box and stuff like that, where Teofimo can also box and is very athletic and can get from side to side and can make things difficult for you as well. So what style is going to impose on the other is what we want to see.
So which style will impose? Is it something where like the first rounds really will dictate, or?
I think you're going to need a couple of rounds, but the first round is going to be very interesting. Maybe you see some tails, but I think maybe 2 or 3 you're going to start seeing one leave the other. Because I don't think that, well, maybe, I mean, Shakur might show some different, if he has to go after Teofimo, he might show some different type of heart that we haven't seen or different type of fighting we haven't seen. And vice versa, whereas Teofimo's hitting him with different shots off the angle that is kind of giving, Shakur Stevenson trouble. We'll see about that. So we just don't know.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.